Hello. We're back, and we're starting with this audio. Okay. As we go solve puzzle 4,
You may wonder
probably.
why I insist on these unsanctioned, unplanned expeditions. Some think it is because I hate civilization and prefer to lose myself in nature. This is precisely the opposite of the truth. It is because I love New Jerusalem that I have to leave. Because it is only when I am here that I fully appreciate what the city means. And also because I believe that if I stayed at home, I would one day be ethically compelled to commit acts of violence against those who, in their arrogance, imagine that humans should live in harmony with the chaos that surrounds us.
Ah. So, before you get any further, I would like to say that I changed this stream's name first time because we're not debating philosophy. We are instead experiencing the process of the deification of human beings through a game. And I'm really fucking enjoying this game. Okay. I have a box, a box, and a light switch. Oh no. My enemy OBS bug that I've been dealing with. Right. Right. Oh. Hmm. Wait. Oh. Off you go. Off you come here. Box, stacking boxes. Alright. box and grab a whatchamahoozits. What? What? Hi. Alright. Cool.
Wandering around these landscapes, solving puzzles. In a way, 1K's experience must be very similar to Athena's in the simulation.
There's one difference, though. Athena was alone.
No. She wasn't. Like, part of the resolution of that game was that even though she seemed alone, her work was only possible because of others. Because others chose to help her. Is an interesting potential issue, actually. Because it actually indicates like an original sin kind of lie. Ah. Alright. Oh, fuck, am I actually short of item? Wait, no, once I'm in this room, I don't need this anymore. So I can just go loop-a-doop-a-doop and...
Every one of these clouds seems to contain exactly the same amount of energy.
or tetramino. 1 for units of tetramino worth. Is it? Like, I'm certain there's stuff I'm missing on these incredibly large land masses. But it's so cool that this game exists. Deer! Chase deer, chase deer. Right. I'll chase. This one actually feels like my own and native land. Not my part of Canada. Not my backwater redneck bullshit. No, no. Yeah, so most of the characters who we've encountered so far have been named after people. Hypatia is the librarian from Alexandria. Early example of female scholarship and of teaching in the Western world. Oh, I found a lab. One of the founder's labs seems to have collapsed. I guess that shows that even the founder has limits. There's no human building that can survive without maintenance. Roots are stronger than concrete. Unless she destroyed it on purpose, of course, but it seems like the ceiling just came down. Not 100% sure, but I think the puzzle cluster on the island correspond to the presence of labs. Except the lab near our base camp, which doesn't have any puzzles attached to it. Although it does have other strange structures surrounding it, are the puzzles guiding us to the lab, or are we just finding the labs by accident? The Devil's Bargain. From Theopolis of Adana to Dr. Faustus. From Marlowe to Goethe. Goethe? There's a story that the ancients kept telling a wise man tempted by the devil to sell his soul in exchange for knowledge, with terrible consequences. I've long wondered why they thought this story so important, and be curious to hear what others think. Oh, yes. Well, the devil did go down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind. He was way behind. He was willing to make a deal. I think. Oh, fuck. Right. I'm actually gonna end stream, relaunch OBS, and see if that fixes the problem. Alright. Be right back. After a brief delay for technical reasons and fully rebooting my computer for technical reasons, we are back. I would love it if my computer would stop lucking up. Alright. So, as we were looking at this, I wanted to note that this is actually a really interesting problem in literary theory, well, not literary theory, in literary research, and specifically of like cross-cultural or cultural anxieties expressed through literary characters. Dr. Faustus is a really interesting example, specifically in Marlowe's version, because he's kind of an asshole, and it's kind of a story of tragic arrogance. But the narrative is also very much, oh, am I being doubled? Let's try this. Ooh, that might make all of my audio real bad in the future. I'm in trouble. Okay, so Damien is basically making the position that art in this way is always from the dominant culture against the lower class. It is the upper class saying, we have control, we know what we need to do. And saying to the underclass, we have knowledge, so we have power. And we are good with our power, our knowledge. And they are then saying, but you can't have it. Malduk, knowledge is bad. Living in ignorance. And Libistros. And yet, there are a lot of stories I've read, the writer seems fascinated with the devil's side of the argument. This is where you get, like, sympathy for the devil kind of narratives. This is where you'll get Neil Gaiman's understanding of Lucifer in Sandman. And it's a more modern trend. Pursuit of knowledge comes at a cost, but without it the world is boring, and deep down those writers knew it. That's a good one. It's a pseudo-profound story, but writers reused because it made their work look deeper than it was. No. Knowledge can be extremely disruptive to society. They were grappling with that. I think they often conflated political anxieties with technological or intellectual progress because talking about real problems was taboo. We're going with the pursuit of knowledge. Maybe that explains why I always find the beginning of such stories fascinating, but the ends are always banal. If all that can ever happen is either tragedy or restoration of normalcy, or of normality, then what's the point? To all of you on the expedition, I'm sure you have questions about the Somnodrome, but I'm afraid I can't answer them. It was a dream I had long ago when I was a different person, and has been long since faded. I did build prototypes of sorts, at least of one part of the system, but none of it ever functioned the way I wanted it to. Whatever Athena may have done with my invention, the truth is that I'm simply not interested in the affairs of New Jerusalem anymore. I care as little for Byron's utopianism as I do for Herman's religious pessimism. I'm not sure I care. Oh, honey. You've dipped full into nihilism. I'm not sure I care about anything at all. Really. At all, really. In fact, I think not caring may be the only answer. At the end of the day, everything is transient, even the self I've learned to let go. Please do not respond. I value my privacy. Oh, the worst form of nihilism. Everything is transient, so I'm not going to care. Someone may have built something someone who was once important to me, may have built a project that I came up with decades ago, and seemingly made it work, is like a really interesting thing.
I've been wondering, what made our ancestors settle in these god-forsaken places? It can't have been easy with those frail, squishy bodies of theirs. What makes a caveman go, yes, this frozen hellscape is where I want to live out my days? You think Byron was right? Is it in our nature to be wanderers?
No, it's about resource and population pressures. Yes, I think you're looking for beauty. Yes, I think people are drawn to the idea of building a new society. Yes, we like to overcome challenges. I would like to say it's building the new.
You think that's an inherently human behavior? Always restless, trying to start a new thing somewhere else?
Yes, that makes what makes when our societies grow too big. They don't cohere. I don't think it's uniquely human. We're just good at it. It's one of our biggest flaws. Our ancestors were like that for biological reasons. I don't think we are. I don't think it's uniquely human. We're just good at it. Yes, in our society, they don't cohere. That's a position you can get into, like some xeno-nationalist. Yes, it's what makes human.
We can never agree on what we want, but that actually works in our favor.
Alright, Melville.
It's a feature, not a bug. Interesting perspective. You're clever for someone who's only been around for a few days. All right.
Could you stand on this platform? I don't want to have to hunt down what it wants. What? What the shit is this? Oh, that's horrifying. I hate it. Melville, move. Come on. Come on. Come on, creepy. Get on the block. Oh god, this is horrifying. I do not like that thing at all. It's just that it kind of resembles a fucked up bird with hands. With human hands. Oh. Boppity-bop-bop. Platforming. Alright. That's what this game's good for. all platforming challenges. What the shit? Alrighty. We're gonna go solve puzzle 6. So over here, clear. Right, so. You go there. Huh. Alright. Oh fuck, I need this one. Yep. What can I lock up there that I won't need? I don't want to take this. Oh. So, the two objects I don't need for this puzzle have the actual end are full. Are fan and fan. But there doesn't seem to be a way to take a flag to the top, a fan to the top, because I need it for everything else. I need this. Alright. So. You go here. Is there another object I don't necessarily need? Alright. Part of the problem is this needs to go like here, so bad I need to do green, red, blue. Which means I need that. And this because this half gate will stop. Go up. Fuck. Alright. You. Giddy kid. You. There. Like, the problem is I'm exactly one item short. And, like, it literally doesn't matter what it is. Is there an item in here? No. Like, literally, I just need any item. Any brick will do. Actually, let's test something. Yeah. Yeah, so Alright. Do I want to use a fire? I haven't used one yet. Okay, let's consult the internet very briefly. There, hidden around the map. Hey. Oh, it just solves it for me?
I often think about how many cities there are out there under the ocean. Cities where people lived for thousands of years. Cities with their own history, their own culture. All of it lost under the waves. If they'd been less greedy, they could have kept all that.
I don't think we can pass moral judgment on an entire species based on the decisions of a handful of leaders. But I do think they made a mistake. They stopped caring about what they built. They stopped seeing the romance of civilization.
goes up, and this needs to be on this side. So. Here. 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 Wait, fuck. That doesn't do anything. So, this can be in storage. This cannot be, this cannot be. And that cannot. Get it to the right side. Need this up. If I can get the only two items on this side to be accumulator and driller, but I can't. So driller's the one item that can never move. So same with another item. I'm an idiot. Oh. Got you. Wait,
Sorry, I didn't mean to sound surprised. I mean, like, clearly you know what you're doing.
No, I don't. I know nothing. Also, fuck you for making that note. That note could. No, I'm not being too hostile. Fuck you. Okay, so we have a driller. We have a wingbat. All right. I definitely feel like I'm missing a piece. Angus. Okay, you fucker. Meow. Alright, what have I not done? 5 and triangle 2. Yeah, I'm pissed about that. Apparently I can get it back, according to that article I was just reading. But... question mark. Ooh. Poisonous Humility. Excerpt from Orthodoxy by G.K. Chesterton. But what we suffer from day to day is humility in the wrong place. Modesty is moved from the organ of ambition. Modesty is settled upon the organ of conviction, where it was never meant to be. A man was meant to be doubtful about himself, but undoubting about the truth. This has been exactly reversed. Nowadays, the part of a man that a man does assert is exactly the part he ought not to assert himself. The part he doubts is exactly the part he ought not to doubt, the divine reason. Huxley preached a humility content to learn from nature. But the new skeptic is so humble that he doubts if he can even learn. Thus, we should be wrong if we had said hastily that there is no humility typical of our time. The truth is that there is a real humility typical of our time, but it so happens that it is practically a more poisonous humility than the wildest protestations of the ascetic. The old humility was a spur that prevented a man from stopping, not a nail in his boot that prevented him from going on. And for the old humility made a man doubtful about his efforts, which might make him work harder, but the new humility makes a man doubtful about his aims, which will make him stop working altogether. I had to read this twice to fully understand it, from Miranda. Excursion Report 3, from Miranda to Athena. Incredible, there's an entire submerged town just off the coast. Surprisingly well preserved. Sailing over it, I finally understood what the ancients meant by eerie. I obviously couldn't have the kind of physiological response they did. But I think the mental response was pretty close. A contradictory response, part melancholy, part fascination. It's strange how tragedy and destruction make the beauty of civilization more obvious. P.S. A deer got into the maintenance area and made a huge mess. Sorry, I'll clean it up. P.P.S. I may have been beating it. I like Miranda. Founding. From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, Founding of New Jerusalem. Cornelius and Sarabi went back to the dam today. We've been holding off on constructing any new humans to concentrate on building a home for them first. There is a limit to what 13 people can do on their own, and everyone is eager to start construction on some of the more ambitious structures. Sarabi's kindness and patience is something that we'll certainly miss out here, where tempers can sometimes run high. And I'll miss Cornelius too. He was there when I was born, and he is just as much a father to me as Athena and Alexander Drennan are my mothers. But I suppose I can always go visit them. Dam isn't that far, and once we complete the monorail in a few decades, it will truly only be a few minutes away. And what are a couple dozen really years? Years really, when you live forever. Our favorite science fiction loving misanthrope.
Something I really like about Alex, one of the reasons why I'm here doing this, is that she's really humble. She has this incredibly positive view of humanity. She believes we can accomplish anything, but it's not about her. She doesn't think that she's smarter or better than anyone else. She just looks at us as a species, and even though she can see how small we are in the grand scheme of things, she thinks that we could conquer the stars and give meaning to the universe. Even now, even when none of us are going to live to see it. Isn't that awesome?
Optimistic nihilism.
Paradise cannot be found. It must be built.
Oh, are we getting into our Milton phase from EBS? Really, that wasn't Dr. Milton. Milton and your sexy bit, boy Satan. No, I have not watched too much OSP. Alright. The devil? No, I've done this wrong. You need this charge. His greatest trick the devil ever pulled was teaching the world doesn't exist. Okay, accumulator, charge. Alright. And charge you there. Got laser. Hey. So we still have to figure out how to get a green thing. Oh. That looks potentially useful. So now, I know it, remember it needs green. Where the shit is it? Alright. Pandora. Did I see this again? Probably. Yep. Okay, let's go to the question. That's either the golden gates. Or trying. Almost have a full owl build. Whatever the fuck a full owl being build does. Right. Where the fuck is that statue? Oh, there. Oh, where's the hand facing? This looks not. Walk straight to our watering grave. Alright. There's the green.
Horses are broken, not taught. That is the way of humankind.
Who is that voice actor? Alright, let's find question mark. Because it's probably the triangle puzzle. Not imprison the most potentially important. Fuck. What's gonna happen when this... This shit. There we go. Alright, let's see if Golden, if filling up an owl did something. That should have just filled up an owl. Nope. We need to fill up all the owls. Which means I'm not getting there till the end of the game. Ah, fuck. Ooh. I would have missed that. Story time. Story time.
Miranda, would you like to play a game?
A game? That sounds like fun.
It is. Remember what Alexandra Drennan said about games?
They're part of what makes us human.
Exactly. And this is a game Alexandra Drennan designed when she was still in school. It's based on her favorite book. Have a go.
Hear me, friend, and heed my words. Beware Pandora. She is nothing but fear and despair, and she will do anything to prevent you from reaching the flame. It is she who disrupted the trials of the Sphinx, and who bound me in the...
Done, 1K. Looks like our hypothesis was correct. The megastructure is opening again. Everyone come to the VTOL, please. It's time to find Athena.
What about Pandora? She seems capable of displacing or controlling the other entities.
We should be careful, but we can't let such a vague threat paralyze us. Just keep your eyes open.
Hi.
There's something I've been thinking about. I know the New Alexandria disaster was traumatic. I know accidents like that make us think that it's best to stick to what we have. But what about all the accidents that have happened in New Jerusalem that nobody talks about? The collapse of the Wachowski building. The Calvin Street explosion. The derailment that almost killed Benaroya and Canada. All of those happened because we stopped investing enough resources in our civilization. And if Melville hadn't been put in charge of city maintenance, this would still be happening.
It will happen again, either way. With how little we have to work with, it's only a matter of time.
You see, there may be a price for pursuing progress, but there's also a price for not pursuing it.
Why does that look like a door? While I'm here, let's go drop some stars off at the Star Temple. Oh, I found a ring. I thought filling a ring would do something. So I probably need to find all of the stars and finish all of the triangle puzzles. And then, and only then, because I was just piecing together that gold door here seems... to not be lighting up.
All right,
But it
here
has
we
a
go
lot
again.
fewer circles. Potentially one per gold
Our
door
main objective
puzzle.
is to determine the relationship between the megastructure and Athena. Did she find it? Did she build it? Why was she here in the first place? Explore, dig up anything you can. We need to start finding answers.
I can't imagine one person building all this.
Don't forget about Miranda. There were at least 2 of them.
I can't imagine 100 people building this.
All right, everyone. Have a look around, but stay in touch and be careful.
1K, can you stay a moment? I'd like to talk to you. I know you can't wait to start exploring, but just hear me out, okay?
Sure.
I'm concerned. Byron is brilliant, but all he can think about is the possibility of finding Athena. She was his mentor, and her disappearance shattered him. I'm afraid he's not seeing the dangers of the megastructure. To me, this place seems chaotic, dysfunctional. Yes, it's all very impressive, but I think it's broken. And what we're seeing is, it's nonsense, frankly. You've interacted with it more than anyone. What do you think?
This could be some kind of pattern. Broken.
I don't see it. Or at least I'm not convinced that the pattern is meaningful. Maybe I'm wrong, but please, be careful.
Alright. Pardon me.
I'm headed deeper into the megastructure. Not quite sure where I am. Seem to be right in the middle of the machinery.
Please, watch yourself, Byron.
This is incredible. I don't even know how to describe what I'm seeing. I don't think this is a building. I think this is a machine.
No, I'm a project. False leads, error frustrating, efforts to ripple out at multiple distances. Waves need to move experiments further apart. Version 0.2 deployed. Replicating 0.2 to create 0.21. Can we literally bootstrap this at any scale? Door, override, download. Yep.
Why don't you just tell people that they're wrong? If you tell them the truth, they'll listen.
It's not that simple. Straton wrote that the most common error we commit is to think that ideas determine reality, when in fact the opposite is true. Ideas follow from material conditions. Belief systems are formed to explain and justify the way we live. We did not have kings because we believed in the mandate of heaven. We believed in the mandate of heaven because we lived in monarchies.
But we have free will.
Oh, free will isn't the same as freedom, Miranda. We're not free from the constraints of reality or history. I was shaped by the simulation. New Jerusalem is shaped by its limitations.
So, what? We're just trapped? History can only go one way?
Maybe, maybe not. The question is, how do we free ourselves? How do we build a world where our ideas do shape reality? That's why we came here.
Oh.
I knew it! Athena's here. She built this.
That other voice, was that Cornelius?
It definitely sounded like him.
Come to think of it, he went on a research expedition around the time Athena vanished. He was gone for years. People thought he'd died.
And all this time, he knew where she was?
We should talk to him.
We will, when we get back. But right now, we have to focus on finding Athena. We are so close.
Oh, shit.
Are those surfaces magnetic?
No, it's anti-gravity. Your coot was right. I should have known.
1K, I'm over here. Hold on. I'll open that door for you.
Same pattern as before. 3 beams, 3 receivers.
I guess we know what to do.
Be careful. The sheer amount of power running through this place.
I'll take care of this puzzle. You do the other 2, okay? This is kind of fun. Maybe Alexandra Drennan was right. Play is part of what makes us human. Got it! Melville, is there anything in the system that could tell us where Athena is?
I don't know. Someone's logged into the system. But when I try to access that information, it all glitches out.
I've been here before. Yep. Oh, I'm getting so confused. Hi, Byron. Oh, fucking nugget. good at solving these fucking Tetramino puzzles. Oh, shit.
Not to alarm anyone, but I think the ground is shaking.
According to the system, whole parts of the interior are moving around. Like it's rearranging itself.
I think that's what happened last time. When I took the elevator, the platform where I got out just moved away.
Alright. Oh. Have I mentioned I hate this? I am getting so confused as to where gravity even is. Alright. Alright. Yeah, like, if you're able to build in 3 dimensions like this, I get why you would. I just don't want to have to deal with your architecture. Because frankly, this is almost nauseating. And it makes every city I've ever experienced in like an MMO feel organized. And like put together. Oh, fuck me. Alright. Okay. What tools are in my arsenal? Alright. A lot of these are really
The gate's opening.
comparatively easy. Oh, he's about to get squished by something, isn't he? We're about to find a squished red minion. Oh shit. I have to end early. There's something wrong medically. My body is in a lot of discomfort, which I do not like. I suppose I'm not ending early because I did that first initial bit. Until I figured out I was having my bug again. Fine, I'll take your nauseating. I want to see where this section ends. Because now we have our third party reveal.
This is fascinating. They were both here, Athena and Cornelius. They had a plan. I found a file that... I can't...
Byron's trapped in the overload. He's failing to disconnect.
The whole system's going haywire.
1K, get out of there! Everyone back to the VTOL! We have to go. Now, 1K, get moving!
We can't just leave Byron behind.
Yeah, Coot, we have no idea where he is or what's happening to him. But right now, if we stay here, we could all die.
The system's going completely bananas. Energy spikes everywhere.
We'll come back for Byron, I promise.
Ah, so we're taking Byron's back.
What have you done, you fools? Mortals are not meant to tread these halls. Why will you not heed my warnings? I am not trying to harm you, creatures of clay. All I wish is to protect you and the rest of your kind. What more must I do to make you understand? If you cannot be reasoned with, I must bar your path.
Move, 1K, move!
God,
These energy emissions are messing with the VTOL systems. Okay, I think I've got it working. Get here quickly, 1K.
Come on, get in!
Get us out of here, Yakut.
Okay, we're out. Now what?
Looks like the southern sites are active. The readings are strangely jumbled, though.
Should I set us down?
Yes, but just to drop off Melville.
What?
We're going back to New Jerusalem. This situation has gotten out of control. We need to regroup. Rushing in blindly isn't going to save Byron. But we also need someone to stay here and keep an eye on things. Melville, that's you.
All right. I'll see if I can make any sense of these systems while you're gone.
Just keep a safe distance, okay?
Will do.
Good. Well, 1K, I guess it's time for you and me to take a nap.
Do not lose hope, my child. In these difficult moments, find solace in your friends and in the home that you share.
Here we are. Got an update from Melville. The power spikes are continuing, but no news from Byron.
All right. Thank you, Yakut. You get the VTOL ready for the next trip. I'll talk to the mayor. 1K, please head over to the Museum of the Simulation and talk to Cornelius. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
The world is full of suffering. Every living organism suffers. Animals kill other animals to eat. And it always ends with death, torn apart or wasting away. This is what surrounds us. This is what's happening outside those walls, every hour of every day. It's our ethical responsibility as sentient beings to lessen suffering. That's what it means to be human. To understand that it is your duty to transform this world into something better. That's what the founder meant when she said that we can turn the world into a work of art. Despite what happened to him, Byron was right. We have to keep going.
This is blasphemy. Byron was punished for failing the founder's trials, and you want us to dig deeper? Just because you can't accept that suffering is natural and necessary?
Please, everyone, stop using the public frequency. If you want to argue, use your interface or speak in person.
May the founder be with you. Good luck, 1K.
Welcome back to the city. As you can tell, your discoveries have had quite the impact.
I heard your speech.
I decided to take a stand. It started with our cats. Damien and I have had a lot of them over the decades, and I've watched every last one of them grow old and die. And that got me thinking about our responsibilities towards other life forms. What's life to most living creatures? Fear, hunger, pain, and in the end, death. Involuntary cessation of existence. That's horrifying, 1K, horrifying. And we are the only ones who can make it better.
So you mean to re-engineer the whole planet? What exactly is our ethical duty in this?
If suffering is evil, and it is, then our responsibility is to lessen it, not only in ourselves, but everywhere. I don't think we can eliminate it, but we can lessen it, and we have to.
You're right. Responsibility to lessen the Would you say this is our purpose? Would you say this is our purpose?
In a way, yes. I don't think it's our exclusive purpose, but it's a role that falls to any sentient species capable of developing science and technology. Natural? What does that even mean? Natural means nothing in terms of ethics. Here's the question, 1K. Is suffering good? Is it the way things should be?
No, it's bad, but we can't change it.
But that's objectively wrong. Our whole history is an exercise in lessening suffering. Take my cat. She lives a better life in New Jerusalem than she would in the wild. She suffers less. Or think about medicine. How many awful diseases did our ancestors eradicate?
I take your point, but it would be very difficult to achieve that. I disagree. We're always adding new forms of suffering, like war.
We've made our share of mistakes as a species, I'm not denying that. But you're factually wrong. Overall, historically speaking, in civilization there is less suffering. And the technology Athena discovered gives us a chance to do it right this time. That's not a chance we can pass up.
Different kinds of suffering. I suppose you're right. I have to believe we can do better.
That's good to hear.
I think your premise is flawed.
Attention all citizens. The Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition is now open to visitors. However, please note that due to an unauthorized strike, public transport will be temporarily unavailable. May the founder be with you.
Oh, 1K. What are you doing here?
Looking for Cornelius.
Ah, I assume it has something to do with your expedition? I must admit I haven't been following the news. Sorry, been a little lost lately. Oh, that's... well, I suppose it shouldn't really come as a surprise. They were very close, you know. After she disappeared, he went away for a long time. On a research expedition, he said. To be honest, everyone assumed he was working out his grief over being left behind. Many of the first companions were deeply shocked by her decision, particularly Byron.
Where is he now?
That's the thing. I wanted to talk to him about something, but he wasn't responding to my messages. So I came here to talk to him, and he seems to have vanished.
Of course he has.
I suppose so. It seems a little unethical, but then it is just his work terminal, right?
Any idea where he might have gone?
No. The truth is that for the longest time, he barely left the museum. He was always at his terminal, working day and night. I asked him what he was doing once, and he said he was saving the past.
Did you check his house?
I did, on my way here. And I messaged most of his other friends. He doesn't seem to be anywhere in the city at all.
That's all.
Good luck with everything, 1K.
Notes. Lab location inaccessible, deliberate, unclear. User profile, yes. Gold, puzzles as barrier, yes. Hidden as self-protection, likely. External help for upload, yes. Ask Kierman, no. Trust 1K, undecided. Applicable to Calvin, no. Applicable to Sarabia, with Noma? Yes.
So this is what Cornelius was working on? Strange. It looks a bit like the blueprints for the Somnodrome, but no, it's not quite that. Is he trying to isolate something in the buffer? Maybe Melville can make sense of it, but I think this might be a dead end.
I need to finish up with the mayor. You can head back to the VTOL whenever you're ready. I'll meet you there. No rush, though.
Welcome back, 1K. Thanks again for signing that petition. Unfortunately, as you can see, it wasn't enough.
What's going on?
Yesterday, there was a sudden brownout in the grid, and we almost had a derailment. We've been warning the mayor, and all he ever gives us is waffle about the goal. This can't go on.
I fully support you.
Thank you. Your support means we need to get through to people.
I should go.
Welcome to the Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition. Oh, it's you, 1K. Please tell me, you were there when everything went sideways. Do you think Byron will be all right?
I don't know. His mind was stuck in a data stream overload.
That sounds dangerous. Make sure you find him and pull him out.
That is the
He
plan.
is a menace, but we need him. But anyway, you've come to take a well-deserved break from your expedition. So let's talk about something else.
What's Gehenna? What? Oh,
Gehenna
no.
was a place in the simulation. A prison where Elohim exiled the minds that didn't fit his plans. In time, the prison became a community with a culture of its own.
What happened to the people of Gehenna?
In the very last moments of the simulation, Elohim realized what he'd done and sent his messenger Uriel to free the prisoners. They were uploaded to the gold disc, and their legacy is part of all of us.
Why text adventures?
Text adventures were one of the few art forms available to the people of Gehenna. By continuing to work in that medium, we keep their memory alive.
How do you see the role of the
I
artist?
don't think the role of the artist should be reduced to any single social function. The artist isn't an educator or a moralist. Art isn't about teaching us, nor do I think it's the best art reaches out beyond the self, into something innate. The creative impulse can't really be quantified or predicted. That's why artistic freedom is so profoundly essential. Without the freedom to shock, to offend, to transgress, art becomes stagnant.
Where could Cornelius have gone?
If it's true that he knew where Athena was, then he's gone back to the island. There's no way he'd ever leave her. He must have some kind of plan. But I don't know more than that. He's been very private these last few centuries.
Thanks, that's all. Hi, cat.
Welcome back.
We must listen to the wisdom of the ancient writers, or we will fail the Founder's trial. The megastructure must be rejected.
Fuck off. Yes, let us turn away from society because it might be slightly inconvenience. Let's turn away, like... Alright, well, I'm gonna finish up where I ended this elevator, or just outside this elevator. Alright, there's our save. Alright. Have a nice night, everyone.